Hey, welcome back to our study called The Sons of Noah. We're looking at Genesis chapter 10 in this study. And this part of our study is called Those Who Are Far Off. And those who are far off will be brought near. So we're really focusing on 2 through 5 in this little study here today. So first, let's look at the family of Japheth. All right, so we're told in verse 5, from these the coastland peoples spread in their lands. So the family of nations spread out and left behind Shem and Ham. Perhaps Moses talks about Japheth first and ends with Shem, which is not their birth order, because he's going to focus in on the family of Shem. And so putting him off last makes sense. It brings some continuity to what he's writing about here. Another reason might be because Japheth's descendants have very little influence over Shem. So he puts them first to show the distance. But if you look at Ham's descendants, and specifically the Canaanites, they become the enemies of Shem. So it makes sense to put them together, kind of bringing this continuity of storytelling here. Makes sense. That's what you do when you tell stories. But here it talks about the coast. And some translations say islands, the coastlands. That's where the family of Japheth and his descendants went. Now, the meaning of the phrase should make us think of those that are far away. That's the idea here. They've gone off to the coastlands, the islands, a far away place. And these people are the farthest geographically from where Ham and Shem and their descendants finally settled. This phrase and idea of those far off should sound familiar to us, right? Psalm 97 speaks of the coastlands and starts by saying that they should be glad, but the next lines speak of God's judgment. The coastlands people see the glory of God, but they're worshippers of idols and are put to shame. The Lord is over all the earth and all other gods. Psalm 97 ends with the sowing of dawning of light for the righteous and joy for the upright in heart. Does that sound familiar? I think it does. It should sound familiar. If you fast forward to Paul's speech in Acts 13, where he tells the descendants of Shem, the Lord has commanded us, saying, I have made you a light for the Gentiles, that you may bring salvation to the ends of the earth. The ends of the earth are the coastlands. Far from being an afterthought here, God has planned all along that he would bring in the nations, the Gentiles, together with the descendants of Shem into one family again, saving all of them together. This is the mystery that was hidden but now has been revealed, and we can look back at Noah and say, yep, there it was. Hidden to them but revealed to us. That's amazing, isn't it? That you have these coastland people who are far off, these Gentiles, nations, who are far off, but they're going to be brought into the family of Shem. That's amazing. Kind of in the story before, it kind of hinted at that, but now we finally get to see this here, that these coastland peoples, these peoples of Japheth, will be brought near, and those who are far off get to come in. Amazing. Next time we'll look at the facade of strength and prosperity, and we'll look at verses 6 through 20. So join us next time.